Hello everyone, my name is Brian Bourgeon and welcome back to another video. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about the Coke Zero Sugar 400, the NASCAR regular season finale that was concluded just about a couple minutes ago, an hour ago, and let me tell you, it was an insane race with tons of drama, tons of chaos, great racing, 3-wide racing, lots of side-by-side. A driver who is now heading into the playoffs with insane amount of momentum, a wild flip, the big one, and plenty more. First of all, let's talk about the racing. The racing was amazing. Easily the best racing the Super Speedway package of the next-gen cars produced since its debut in 2022. Just amazing racing. 4-wide, 3-wide, 2-wide racing throughout the night. A bit of single file, but that's the drivers after all the drama of racing 2, 3, 4 wide all night, just relaxing a bit, logging laps, taking it easy. But in my opinion, this race again was amazing. The racing was really good. The package worked really well. You could move around a lot. You can pass. You could get great runs. You can side draft a lot. It was really good in my opinion to see movement, to see the drivers have the ability to get some big runs, make some moves, and it was really good. It was really satisfying to see all of that. It was really good. But again, throughout the racing though, as we know, Super Speedway racing comes with a bit of chaos. Towards the end of stage 2, if I'm correct, towards the end of the second stage, or middle part, there was the big one involving plenty of cars. To be exact, about like 16 cars were involved in the big one. 16 cars. Drivers such as Ty Gibbs and Austin Cindric, to mention. 2 drivers that needed to win to get into the playoffs. Unfortunately, they DNF'd due to getting involved in the big one, and their day unfortunately was over, including their playoff hopes. One driver that also got involved in other issues was Todd Gilliland. He was leaking fluid, black flag from NASCAR, had to fix the issue. Fortunately, he was out of the running. But in the big one, you had plenty of cars involved. Harrison Burton, Austin Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Brennan Poole, Christopher Bell, Ty Gibbs, Ryan Blaney. Plenty cars. Tyler Reddick as well. Lots of cars involved in the incident. But that comes with its consequences. Super Speedway racing. It was heading into the last lap, stage 2, heading into turn 3. Christopher Bell got into slightly the back of Ty Gibbs, heading into turn 4, about to cross the finish on the finish stage 2. Fortunately, that little bit of contact caused Gibbs to spin out, smash the outside wall with Ryan Blaney. It was a huge crash, one of the biggest hits Ryan Blaney's ever had in his career. It was insane. It was an insane incident, but not the only one that would come. It was extremely wild seeing everything unfold and seeing the drivers that were also involved. Ty Gibbs, again, Cindric, last year's Daytona 500 winner. Ty Gibbs with a shot to make into the playoffs. He was really fast before that incident, but fortunately got involved. And then after that, drivers started to log some laps, take it easy. It was still a bit 3-wide and side-by-side racing. But even before that, like stage 1, stage 2, the racing was amazing. You saw plenty of 3-wide racing. 3-wide racing for more than 5 laps in a row. Lots of side-by-side racing. It was incredible. It was amazing to see all that racing, because you don't see that racing that much with the next gen. Only here in Daytona I've noticed that you see a lot of 3-wide racing. It was like that last year, now a bit more this year, which was really cool. Even 4-wide racing at times. I don't know, during those times I went forward, I have no idea how they didn't wreck. Shows the talent all these NASCAR Cup Series drivers have. So it was amazing. But again, back to the racing a bit. The racing was really good. Plenty of 3-wide side-by-side racing throughout. Plenty of different leaders. It was amazing. But during stage 3, obviously, drivers logging laps. Bit of strategy. This is something I wanted to mention. The strategy. I didn't expect this. There was some strategy during the Coke Zero Sugar 400, where during stage 3 you saw different packs heading into the pits, and the first pack that pitted a bit early because the second pack that stayed out wanted to keep going, trying to see if they can lap the second pack down, put them a lap down, and hopefully it helps them, because if you put a driver a lap down, you have one lap ahead of them throughout the entire racetrack. So it's a huge advantage for the first pack, and it obviously helps them a lot. So with that, unfortunately they couldn't get it done, but they had a big lead after the pit cycle, and it helped them for a couple laps. But the second pack came charging with 9 laps to go late in the race, making the comeback, trying to get there. A lot of cars during that second pack coming up to the first pack at the time wanted to get there. You had drivers like Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, primarily 2 drivers that needed to win to make the playoffs. You had so many drivers up there, Preece, Almirola, Briscoe, all those guys trying to win as well. So it was thrilling. But with around 7 to 6 laps to go, chaos struck. Heading down the backstretch, late in the race, number 41, Ryan Preece, got bumped by Eric Jones heading into the backstretch, causing Ryan Preece to have, in my opinion, I've been watching NASCAR for a long time, 2004, 2003. I've never seen a bigger flip, a bigger wreck in my life. Ryan Preece went down the backstretch a la Chad Chafin from way back in Daytona and flipped various amount of times. It was a blowover. Last time we saw a blowover in NASCAR with the next gen car was the 2022 Daytona 500 with Harrison Burton, but that was a sore flip. Ryan Preece's was way different. High speed, flip, blew over, and rolled over so many times. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 times. Various amount of rotations. Multiple rollovers. An insane wreck. Again, one of the most brutal incidents I've seen in my life in NASCAR. It was incredible. I haven't seen something so terrifying, honestly. NASCAR since Ryan Newman's incident back in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Since 2020, a long time. But it was an insanely wild incident. Hopefully Ryan Preece is okay. The latest update I checked when I was watching the race in NBC was saying that Ryan Preece was transported to a local hospital, the Halifax Hospital. So right now that's the update I can provide at the moment as well. If people are wondering about Preece's condition, that's the latest update I have. Hopefully everything is okay. One other update I did notice though was that he was alert but shaken up. So we'll see what else comes up besides those 2 updates. But yeah, it was an insane incident. Lots of damage. The car, the roof was a bit like dented. The roof hatch came off. The window net came off. It was an insane incident. The car blew over so many times. Seeing that live, it was insane. Because, like, there's not any more words I can describe. I mean, like, the race ended minutes, an hour ago, and I'm still shaken up about it because it's incredible. A car going at such a high speed get insane amount of air. We're talking maybe 25 to 30 feet in the air. That's insane. Personally, I've never seen a Cup car go up that high since Newman in 2020. It was wild. Again, thankfully, Preece got out of the car under his own power after the wreck, but obviously had to get put on a stretcher for precautions, all that, because, again, an insanely brutal incident. So, yeah, very, very rough. But then, after that, it forced a bit of overtime now. And with overtime comes a lot of aggressiveness. You have drivers that are going to be hungry to make moves. Drivers inside the top 10. You have Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, Eric Almirola. Those 3 were inside the top 10 heading into overtime with a chance to win it, to clinch their ticket into the NASCAR playoffs in a very clutch way. As I mentioned previously in my video, I believe it was on Friday, that it was either Thursday or Friday, that Chase, he needed to get into that clutch factor. He's been clutch before, so he needed to get into that rhythm. He needed to be clutch. Alex Bowman as well needed to be clutch. Almirola. And the thing, again, Elliott, Almirola, those guys, they're good here at Super Speedways. Bowman's underrated. So they need to win. They are right there. They have the chance. You got other drivers too, like Brad Keselowski, Chris Buescher, Kevin Harvick. Harvick with a chance to win in his last Daytona race. Brad Keselowski with a chance to get his first win since a long time. It's been 2 years since Brad Keselowski's last win. It's amazing how long it's been since Brad's last win. And then you got Chris Buescher, the red-hot Chris Buescher. A win at Richmond, a win at Michigan. He's red-hot with a chance to maybe win and get into the playoffs with even more momentum than he already has. And then you got other drivers with a chance to also get into the playoffs that were in it. Suarez, Bubba Wallace, who in a very concerning way, he was like around 12, 13, 14, 15 when the restart came out, when the restart occurred. And you had Almirola, Elliott, Bowman right there in the top 5 with a chance to win. You're Bubba, you're like, it's in God's hands now. You're basically praying for somebody, a repeat winner, or any of the 3 drivers that are clinched into NASCAR playoffs, either be a win or points. Keselowski, Harvick, Buescher, please, you 3, please win. And, well, at the end of the day, for Bubba Wallace, his prayers were answered. Chris Buescher won the Coke Zero Sugar 400 in a thrilling overtime finish thanks to a big push from his teammate Brad Keselowski. It was amazing. Keselowski pushing his teammate, and crazy to think about this, Keselowski could have potentially pushed Buescher all the way to the backstretch and then maybe head into the front stretch with a run, made a move to go to the inside and potentially beat Buescher, or even during the backstretch. I mean, during the backstretch, he looked like he had a run, but he stuck behind Buescher, pushing him to the win. His 3rd win in the past 5 races. Richmond, Michigan, and Daytona. Again, Chris Buescher is red hot entering the NASCAR playoffs. It's insane. Who would have thought that Chris Buescher would be potentially a championship contender? It's crazy to think about it. Before this year, 2022, you tell me Chris Buescher is going to be a championship favorite heading into 2023. You're nuts, I will tell you. You're nuts. Right now, it doesn't seem the case. And besides, RFK finished tonight 1st and 2nd. 1-2. Buescher, Keselowski. That's amazing. The first 1-2 finish for RFK since Bristol 2014 in August between Carl Edwards and Greg Biffle, if I'm correct. Think about this. It's been years, almost a decade, since RFK's last 1-2 finish. Just like McLaren in Formula 1, where they finished 1-2 in 2021 with Ricciardo and Lando Norris. It's insane. Like seeing RFK back. They are back in an insane fashion. I mean, Keselowski was fast. Buescher was fast. And they were fast at Richmond. They were fast at Michigan. I mean, I think, if I remember correctly, they were fast at both Indy as well. Watkins Glen, I mean, or maybe not that fast at Indy, but Buescher was there at the Glen. I mean, RFK have incredible pace heading into the NASCAR playoffs. It's amazing. Like, and this is an even more of a shocking fact. Heading into the NASCAR playoffs, only 3 teams have all of their drivers into the NASCAR playoffs. JTG Doherty Racing, 23XI, and RFK. Incredible. No Hendrick, no Joe Gibbs, no Stuart Haas, not even Penske. It's amazing. Again, for Hendrick Motorsports, Elliott and Bowman are out. Stuart Haas, Briscoe, Almirola, and Priest were out. Joe Gibbs, Ty Gibbs, and Penske, Austin Cindric. I mean, incredible. Like 23XI, JT Doherty Racing, RFK. The 3 teams with all their drivers heading into the playoffs. It's incredible. This year feels like the year of the underdog. I mean, obviously, I don't think Stenhouse is going to do amazing. I mean, who knows? I mean, for 23XI, you got Tyler Reddick, Bubba Wallace, two very talented drivers. I mean, who knows what they could do? Reddick's been fast. I believe into this first round, or at least the second round, Kansas is going to be one of the rounds. One of the tracks are going to be in either the first or second round. And I mean, if you think last year, Bubba Wallace won at Kansas, who knows? Buescher's been fast at the intermediates. Stenhouse can be really consistent, maybe avoid some chaos, get some good finishes, maybe some points. Who knows? A lot of things can happen. This year feels a bit unpredictable for NASCAR in a way. Because you have it feels different in a way. You got different teams that could make a lot of noise. But then again, you still have the favorites. Byron, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson. Like all of those guys that could, make some noise in the playoffs, and they are expected to make noise, will end up making some noise. But you got a bit of the underdogs. Buescher and Bubba Wallace, especially. And Michael McDowell, too. I mean, you got some guys that could, surprise some people. Like, who knows? Who knows? But at the end of the day, going back to the race, again, the race was amazing. Congratulations to Chris Buescher and RFK. 1-2. Who would have thought? But I mean, maybe not who would have thought. They've always been good at super speedways. I feel like they were due for a really good 1-2 finish like this, or 1-3, 1-5, 2-4, 3-5, 4-6, something like that. They've always been good super speedways, but man, a 1-2, amazing stuff. And as for the drivers that are in the playoffs right now, heading into Darlington next week, we've got Bubba Wallace, Christopher Bell, Martin Truex Jr., Ross Chastain, Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Michael McDowell, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Keselowski, Harvick, Busch, and Buescher. You got all those guys with a chance to win a championship in Phoenix. And, well, next week is the beginning of the playoffs. It's amazing. But, again, going back to the race was wild, great racing, lots of drama, fun battles, great 3 to 4 wide racing, lots of comers and goers, lots of drama. Daytona delivered. I can 100% say Daytona delivered in many ways more than one. And again, we're all hoping that Ryan Preece is okay. Go for more updates on his condition. Hopefully he's alright. Hopefully he can be good for next week. Who knows? Time will tell. But again, it was another entertaining Daytona race with no controversy, really. I don't really feel like tonight's race was anything controversial. Maybe besides the damage to Preece's car, the roof hatch, window net, all those things. But besides that, I don't think there's anything really that bad to talk about the race. Maybe the finish, but in my opinion, I'd rather have a bit of an anticlimactic finish with all of the cars remaining finishing than a wild, dumb, chaotic finish where a lot of cars wreck, and it's just weird and chaotic. I prefer more a bit of an anticlimactic, clean finish. The key word, clean. Don't see many clean finishes nowadays in super speedway, so gotta take them. I'll take it. It was good. I mean, Keselowski down the backstretch, I expected him to make a move maybe, but he never did. But good team owner, good teammate. 1-2. They've got great momentum. They're the best Ford team right now in NASCAR. And that's not even bold in my opinion. That is a true statement. They're the best Ford team heading into the NASCAR playoffs. RFK, look out for them. They've got a lot of momentum. But, yeah, again, my opinion, if I had to give a rating for the race, 9.4 out of 10. Great race. Good winner. Lots of chaos. Lots of drama. Great racing. Chaos. But, well, that's super speedway racing for you. Chaos is going to happen. But again, congratulations to Buescher. Right now, I can't really post the results say the results because I don't have it right now. Again, the race finished like a couple minutes ago. So I may post that in the community later. But yeah, Tonight was most certainly, what time is it? 11:45. It's still tonight. Wow. What a race. What a race. But anyway, thank you all for watching my race review of the Coke Zero Sugar 400. Once again, congratulations to Chris Buescher. Congratulations to us fans who got to witness a great Saturday night NASCAR race. And yeah, I will see you all maybe this week. Any news coming up about who knows? So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great night. Bye-bye.